It's me, hello. It's me, hello. I showed up at the party. Let me see. Yeah. It's me. Let me see. Uh, how do I do it? I always forget. You would think I've done this enough to remember, but yet and still, I always forget. Hey, Angie. How you doing, love? Let's see. Hey, Miss Antoinette. Hey, boo. How you been? Come on in. Come on in. Oh, I don't think I got it on this phone. How can I get it? Mm, how can I get it over there? I don't think I can. Let me see. Oh, yes, I can. Boom. I can do boom. I could do add it to album, save it. Hey, Deb. Hey, Froggy. What's up? As you guys come in, make sure you hit that thumbs up for me, please. And thank you. And hit the share button. Sharing is caring. Hit the share button. Sharing is caring. Oh, it's too big. How can I make it smaller? I don't think I can make it smaller. Oh, I can't make it smaller. What's up? What's up? Double tap the screen, hit the thumbs up, and hit the share button. How was everybody doing? How was everybody doing? Dang, I don't got nothing I could put up here. Dang, I ain't got nothing, nothing. Hold on, y'all. Please hold, please hold. Talk to each other while I do something real quick. Hold on. I know I should have been ready. I know. Mm, Let me do this. Resize the design. Delete, 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 add, add. I should have been prepared, and I wasn't. I should have been prepared, and I wasn't. And I wasn't. Get off of here, girl, and go to YT. Get off and go to YT. If you follow me on YT, you should not be on here. You should be on an app that's going to give me a coin. Is where you should be. That is where you should be. Um, let me see. That is where you should be. And she wasn't. Hey Nat, Natty. Is it Natty? Hey Natty, what's up, y'all? Uh we are here. Okay, I think I figured it out. I'm almost done. I didn't think about this until it was too late. But I think I have it figured out for what I was trying to do for somewhere else that I was um live at. Boom. There we go. Okay. 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 All right. All right. No, I did not. No, I did not, ma'am. Never ever did I say that. Sure didn't. Sure didn't say that. Hey, Billy. How y'all doing? It's been a minute, you guys. It has been a minute. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you so much for your patience while I get myself together. I thought I had it together until I went live. When I went live, I realized Girl, you do not have yourself to you do not have it together. I said, girl, you do not have it together. It's not that one. Where is it? Is this one. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and come back. Okay. You said it, Steph. How embarrassing. Laugh a lot. I was over there by myself. That's what you get. Double tap the screen and hit the share button. So today I want to dialogue about something, okay? It hasn't been something that we have covered in a minute, but we're going to be talking about the current Cat and Maybay. It's not really drama, but people are trying to turn it into drama. Some people believe that um Cat went live, and some people believe that she was looking a little down blue, and some people took what she said as May is leaving her down and out, like as if May is abandoning her, and not coming to save her, which a lot of people feel like that's what May has done in the past, saved her. And thank you, Miss Sabbath, for double tapping the live and sharing it out. Appreciate you. But May was on there very confused on her live last night because she didn't know what people was talking about at all. So I Steph said it. Oh, she can't read. I didn't see that. Let me see. It says all it says is you said TikTok. It was split up. Okay, ma'am. I ain't see the first one. She said, "Get it together." Hey, gal, how you doing? Hey, hey. I know it's been a minute, gal. I know. So what we're going to do today? I'm not going to play the actual video. I am going to play the audio. We're going to listen to it together, and I'm going to give some commentary, and then I'm going to open up the panel for you guys to give me your view on your take on what you hear from her. Is it that, because just a little backstory. Y'all know May and Kat had fell out. They had a falling out. May felt like Kat was acting funny towards her after she left her home when she moved out. I forget what was it, like a couple years ago. I forget how long ago, but May had moved out and left Kat her house, and May felt like Kat switched up and started being acting funny towards her. So they had stopped being friends. Kat moved back to California. She had moved in with she called her twin. Why can't I think of her name? Shelly. She moved in with Shelly. She Kat had lost a lot of weight when she was in California with Shelly. She had stuck to her weight loss thing. She was looking good. She was looking good. And she kind of like just moved on with her life. And then May decided she missed her sister. From my understanding, from what I can remember, she missed her sister, and she reached out to her um and let her know she missed her, but also that she needed some help. May was living in her home, and she was trying to figure out how she was going to keep it because the money was not the same as it was when she first moved into the home. And so she asked Kat to come help her. So Kat moved from California, her and her children, uprooted her and her children from where she was, moved down to Texas to try to help her save her home. Now, I personally do not know what their agreement was, but based on what I heard last night, um, of course, everybody knows she wasn't able to keep her house. So they ended up moving out of her house that she had, and they moved into a different house, where her cat, her children, um her son, and I think Tati and her grandma, her godmother or whatever, was living, were still living. And then they moved again recently, but instead of everybody living together again, they moved into their own places. And Kat was supposed to be going to go live with her girlfriend, I think in like Atlanta or something like that. But shortly after Kat announced that she was supposed to be moving in with her girlfriend to Atlanta, they broke up or something like that. Something went wrong. So the girlfriend was out of the picture. Um, However, people had already started to move, and Kat said she was going to be staying with May until she moved into her own place. Well, she's not sounding too sure of herself, and some people took what Kat said as May told her she has to go and gave her a deadline to get out. But we're going to listen to what Kat said for ourselves to determine what actually was said and see if we can kind of piece it together, for why they ended up where they are. So let me see. Let me make sure I got the timestamp. Hold on. Let me know if y'all can hear the audio, okay?
You can say email's fine. I don't even know
Can y'all hear that?
why you showing like this or the little hey Connie.
Let me know if y'all can hear in the comments. You can hear?
I was okay, so we all know, right, that movie. But today I was talking to my mom and she was like,
You can hear?
"You come back to Cali." And to be honest, Cali has not crossed my mind because like everybody knows like it is bad. Just bad juju when it comes to Cali. And okay, let me start with a, um,
Disclaimer.
a disclaimer. And May are not into it. Before that starts trying to circle around. Me and May are not into it. So if I decide to leave Texas, it has nothing to do with me. I just want to get that out the way because I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, something must happen with her and May. Something must happen with her and May. No, me and May is good. It's just, I'm really just, oh, we're going to get into why. So, anyways,
So right off the rip, right out the gate, she clarified is no beef between her and May. Her and May is good. It don't have her decision if she does move back to California has nothing to do with May. But even though Kat clarified this in the beginning, for some reason, from the little portion that I caught last night, it was still people in the comments trying to make it seem like it was some type of beef or some type of issue, like with May. But we not surprised, are we? That's ain't that how it normally go? Like when it comes to May, like anything they could kind of paint in a negative light, they will. But let's continue to listen.
she asked me, like, how am I doing? And I told her, like, I'm stressed. I'm very, very stressed. Trying to I'm trying to leave like what I can't change right now in God's hand and not stress. But when you're talking to your mom, so I was telling her like I'm stressed, like I'm looking for a place, I'm looking for a job. If y'all don't know, it's just like nothing's working for me right now. Like it's just nothing working. Like I'm still doing social media, whatever the case may be, but it just seemed like nothing's working. So my mom was like, well, do you think that maybe you should come back to Cali? And to be honest, Kelly has not crossed my mind at all. Like I said, I don't have good juju in Cali, but at the end of the day, Cali has. I know I can work Cali because I lived there my whole life. I can get a job easy in California. I can have help with my kids. I would have help here too, but my kids could go to their GGs. You know what I'm saying? Like when they GG off or whatever the case may be, or they can go to twin. And there's always an adult somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to stop nobody's life or what they got going on. Like maybe here, there, up and down, all the same. You feel me? Tati be at work. So it's just like I don't even though my kids are bigger, like I still be like trying to figure out a job to get to where I feel like the most comfortable. So I was trying to find something overnight. And it's
So what I'm hearing her say when she talks about moving to California and how it would be easy for her to find a job and she has family there and things like that. Y'all know how you just be you comfortable. Like if you grew up somewhere and you have things established there, meaning you have family there, you have history there, you have friends there, maybe you have ties to the community, maybe you are familiar with jobs and what's the easiest route to do certain things. It's easy for us to revert back to what is familiar to us. And that's kind of what I'm getting from her. Like if she went back to Cali, it would be because this is my comfort zone. It doesn't really, it's not going to challenge her per se because she already is already kind of like ready made for her. Um, And a lot of us are guilty of running back to our comfort zone. And even though that comfort zone is there, it's not to say that you can't establish these things in Texas, but you have to start. You have to start. You have to start making, creating a foundation where you are now. And I remember May saying, like, one of the reasons why she went back and got Kat outside of it was another situation I know that was going on was because Kat has always said she wanted to come to Texas. And now she's been given an opportunity, and what I think, has she been there? I know she's been there a year. Has she been there for 2 years? Has Kat been in Texas for 2 years yet, or has it just been one? Well, we know that she lived there previously, so this is not the first time she's there, but coming back, has it been more than a year? I know definitely 1 year, but I'm trying to think if it's been longer than a year. So we know for a fact she has at least a year there, right? And I know that Kat is doing social media, but just based off her numbers, like, and I don't know what her TikTok numbers are or nothing like that, but just based off what I can physically see. Now, I'm not sure if she ever had any brand deals or anything like that, but she wasn't banking off social media. It wasn't like she was making racks on racks on racks on racks on racks like on social media. And we know on top of that, um, it's not paying like it used to, at least not FB. You know what I'm saying? So she came after we all went out for the party, so maybe close to 2 years. I know definitely a year. Maybe it's coming up on two, but I know definitely a year. So meaning if she make the efforts, like Tati and Brandy seem to be able to find a job when they want to and keep jobs when they want to. So it sounds like jobs are available. From my understanding, Nisi is even working. So it sounds like jobs are available, and it sounds like there are people in those positions that can pull her into those jobs if she wants to. Now she mentioned some people might feel like her kids are older, and I feel like they definitely are old enough to be home on their own if she chooses to go to work, right? But I also can understand her. I don't know what her comfort, it's all about what you're comfortable with. So maybe she won't be comfortable with leaving her girls in the house on her own. Now when she says she's looking for an overnight job, I'm like, "Huh, I'm not there. I don't know what she got going on, but I would, if I were her with girls their age, my goal would not be to work overnight. It would be to work during day hours. I would try to go get a job during the hours that they are in school, or would have me coming home shortly after they got out of school at minimum, so that they are home like the least amount of time by themselves if I did have to leave them home by themselves. And if you did go to work in the morning, you did a morning shift with them, you coming back home, you still would have the afternoon, you still would have your day to do whatever content you may want to do for your social media platforms. That would just be my go-to. I'm not really sure why she would choose overnight. Right. She could go get a job at the kids' school, honestly, because May mentioned that she got her I think she said, May said on that live she got her high school diploma or something like that. She could go apply and work at the school that her kids are attending at. If they are hiring, that would be like prime, because then she could go to school with the kids, start with the kids, come home with the kids. That would be like super dope. They would just go with her. That would definitely want to be home with my kid throughout the night for sure. Yeah, like I wouldn't want to leave, even though they're older. If I was her, I wouldn't want to leave them at home overnight by themselves either, because they're older, but I don't feel like they like older teenagers. I don't know how old her oldest daughter is, but I feel like they in middle school. I don't feel like they are like high school age or nothing like that. But overnight would not be what I was looking for. But what I wanted to say is it just sounds like California is her comfort zone. And a lot of times we want to revert back to our comfort zone, but a lot of times that will hold you back if you constantly go back to your comfort zone versus allowing yourself to sprout and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Sloppy, sloppy Joe. What?
Overnight. Nothing's coming.
Hey, B.
The conversation that's already been said. Like I was supposed to move to Atlanta, and when that happened, the conversation was like, okay, even if like you plan not to move to Atlanta, you still have a deadline to move out of my house, which I don't have a problem with. Understanding I did, but she's a grown woman. She wants to have her house to herself. She deserves that. There's no bad blood. There's not.
So she said there, let me rewind that, y'all. Hold on. Let's rewind that real quick. Hold on.
Like it was a conversation that's already been said. Like I was supposed to move to Atlanta, and when the conversation was like, okay, even if like you plan not to move to Atlanta, you still have a deadline to move out of my, which I don't have a problem with and understanding it by she's a grown woman. She wants to have her house to herself. She deserves that. There's no bad blood. There's no we're not into it. None of that. If she wants her house to herself, she can have that. Anybody can have that.
So we only know what is told to us on social media, and I might not be privy to some stuff because I don't catch all of May's lives anymore since I cover different parts of the internet, right? She said here though, when she had a conversation with May, I'm assuming maybe May and Whitney or whatever, like, listen, hey, I'm gonna move to Atlanta with my girlfriend, da 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 da. And May was like, all right, cool. But if that don't work out, it sound like she said May was like, well, if that don't work out, you still have until this deadline to get out of my house. Like you still gotta move, regardless if you move with her or not, you gotta go. And I like listening to that is like listening to just that without me hearing what I heard yesterday, my view would have been like, damn, like it would have been like, damn, that's kind of harsh because I will automatically be thinking like, well, shit, she came all the way back to Texas to help you try to save that house. No, it didn't work out. For whatever reasons, it didn't work out. Y'all wasn't able to pull the funds, pull the funds in to keep it. But damn, she definitely came back from Cali to come help you. Now, on the flip side, May has helped a lot of people, including Kat, um for years, throughout their relationship. However, it still the way that it's said here still came off harsh. However, the night before I watched this live, May said that originally when they were moving out the one house that they moved out to before they went into this new space, May said she was looking for a house for all of them to go into. We're gonna come back to that. Just keep a pin in Kat saying, regardless of what happens with the girlfriend, she has a deadline to get out. Or whatnot. And if it wasn't for me hearing what I heard yesterday, just hearing just that right there had me like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I think going back to Maze was a setback for sure. She losing weight looked way better. Her attitude was much better. She went to Maze and got lazy. When I tell you that, um, hmm, I don't know if I want to say is a setback, right? Because I'm going to be honest with you. She had stopped her diet way before she went back to Maze. She had already regained weight. So we can't put that on her. We can't put that on May or moving back to Texas. She was staying with somebody already in Texas. It's not like she had her own place. I know at one point she had moved with a different girlfriend. So this was like a repeated thing. She had moved with a different girlfriend. That didn't work out. So she ended up back at Shelly's, right? She ended up back at Shelly's. And I think Kat's attitude is still the same unless she's defending her sister or herself. Um, so I can't put that on her moving back because honestly, she went from living one person to living with another person. She had already gained put the weight back on before she moved to Texas. Hey Lisa, set it off. How you doing, boo? So I can't put none of that on the fact that she moved back to Texas. So I don't know if you guys have been watching or not, but I will peek in on and check and see what she had going on, especially like when some of the tea was happening with her, like when some drama was happening. I'm a blogger, right? She had already regained the weight and she was already living with somebody. So we cannot, you know what I'm saying, put that on the fact that she moved back to Texas and make it seem like it's May fault or something. Let's continue. Let me see. Now, granted, I do feel as an adult, you should not look to other people to help you and always think out plans for yourself in case the help doesn't work out. What I missed? You wrote something. You had to have written something else. Did you write something else that I missed? Or that was it, Tori? Let's continue.
But it's
What
been
up, big
stressful
head?
to figure out what I'm gonna do. So my mom brought up like you and the girls can come home. Like, do I want to go to Cali? No, I don't like California. It's so dry when it comes to content. But then I have to realize too, like,
Listen to this part.
It's not doing it for me right now. So I need to think outside of time. Because when I moved here to Texas, when I moved back, it was under the pretense of people were gonna work. We're also gonna network and all of this. But since I've been here and I done said a lot of times that y'all know, like nobody, and I don't know if it's who I'm around, why people don't want to network with me, or it's just people be talking and they don't want to network.
Damn. Let me rewind that back, y'all.
Nobody, and I don't know if it's when I moved back, it was under the pretense of people were gonna work. We're also gonna network and all of this. But since I've
Hey,
been here,
sugar.
that y'all know, like
Hey,
nobody,
Mandy.
if it's who I'm around, why people don't want to network. It's just people be talking and they don't want to network. No,
So, two parts, right? The one part where she said social media is not working for her, right? And then the second part where she mentioned when she first came out here, she was under the pretense that she was going to be able to network with people to make content. Let's talk about the first part. Now, she couldn't have found out yesterday that social media was not working out for her. Like the money wasn't money and in a way that she wanted to. So when she was planning on moving in with her girlfriend, and I don't know how long she's acknowledged this, but I know up until this point she doesn't have a job, right? And I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I know she doesn't drive. And I know that May already helps out Tati with getting back and forth to work. So if she was to go get a job with Tati and try to get on the same shift or something, that could probably be a thing. Like, so where May could drop you off with y'all could ride together and get picked up together. You know what I'm saying? If it's around the same schedule. I don't know what the public transportation looks like out there. I know where she was at before when we went to visit May, it was no public transportation where she lived at. I don't know what it looks like in the neighborhood where she is now. So I'm trying to so it would kind of be me making an assumption. That's what I'm going to do now. My question would be if social media is not social median, meaning it ain't the shmoney ain't shmoneying. And May made a statement like, yeah, she did move out here to help me out, but that didn't last long. So it feels like this money situation has been happening when they was in the big house. And they done moved twice since the big house. They done moved twice since the big house. So you knew back then that the money wasn't money in it. So how come like what's the issue with going to get you a job? Like if nighttime ain't working for you, then you need to pick a different schedule. Maybe you have to work 7 to 3. Maybe you might have to do 9 to 5. Maybe you might have to do 3 to 11. You know what I'm saying? 1 to 9. You might have to just get in where you fit in on what's available. You might, you know, sometimes you can't be picky. However, when you are a person who is accustomed to being able to fall back on people and things, a lot of times you won't motivate yourself to do what you need to do or feel like you have to because you always have a safety net. And when I say people and things, from my understanding, if she wasn't living with someone, whether that was the family members or friends that she considered family, I know she had like a state voucher. From my understanding, the homes that she lived in prior to May coming to get her, she had a voucher, like a Section 8 type thing for housing. So you don't have much to worry about when that goes on. You have the state to fall back on. So somebody in the comments just said that Kat has said out her mouth she doesn't want to work a 9 to 5. Like, and someone in her position, I'm gonna use myself, right? There's a lot of things that I don't want to do. Is a lot of things that right now in life, technically, I don't have to do because I can fall back on my spouse or my husband. I know he gonna make sure that we good. Me going to get a job, having to worry about making coins is not something that's like on the forefront. If I want more, then I can, you know what I'm saying? But as far as our household, making sure that we got lights, electric, water, making sure we're not going to be out on the cold, making sure we're not going to starve, making sure we got clothes on our back, shoes on our feet. I know my husband gonna go do that. But as a married woman, that's supposed to be something that I can fall back on. In a situation where you are falling back on just family and friends, You shouldn't be comfortable with that. And this is not me assuming. So if you hear this, Cat, this is not me assuming. This is just me speaking in general. This statement is general. It has nothing to do specifically with Cat, because I don't know if that's what Cat is doing. However, with the bird's eye view that we have from social media, that's what it looks like you could be doing, right? Because in your situation, I wouldn't be picking or trying. I wouldn't be picking or trying to be. I wouldn't be being picky about which shift I want to work. I'm gonna go work whatever shift is available to me, because I know I got to get up out of here. I got kids I need to take care of. The money ain't where it needs to be, and I need to get some. So I'm gonna go ahead and start here and work on getting something else that I want to while I'm building. But you take what you could get in the beginning, and then do what you can once you get your foot in the door. Like, I don't know if she gets any type of benefits or anything like that. I feel like it was said back, before, that she was getting like some type of benefits from the state at one point. I don't know if that's the case now. That might have been years ago. But even as an unemployed individual, I'm pretty sure Texas has resources where she could have went, let them know she's unemployed. And most states have programs you could do that the state will cover it because you want to do better for yourself. She could have went and took a CNA course. Did it? It's only 4 to 6 weeks. Got her CNA license. Andy has his license. That's something she could have talked to him about, and went and got you a job during the daytime doing CNA work, not starting off on the base, making some kind of coin. You know what I'm saying? Um, she could have went and took up some type of course just for school. Niecy's in school doing her thing. I forget. Niecy told me what she was going to school for. And yes, school is not for everybody. Shit, Whitney worked for Amazon. I think Kat has her driver's license. Go work for Amazon. If you don't want to do that, you want to be your own boss, you want to set your own hours, go rent a car. You got to get the money for it first. And DoorDash, Uber Eats, do all the apps, all of the things. And then you can control the hours that you work while making your extra coins. And while you're DoorDash and Ubering and all of those things, you could turn that into content. You got your CNA too, sugar? Okay. And it's money. It's always a job in that field. And like, again, these statements are general, right? For the most part. But bouncing off some of the things that she said, it's a way to go about it that it could have been done by now. Hey, Melly Mel, it's a way to go about it that it could have been done by now. Let me read some comments before I go on to part two. Let me see. Yeah, there's a way if they work together. Kat has said out her own mouth she doesn't want to work a 9 to 5. The social media thing and it not paying out has been going on for a long time. There's no way she shouldn't have been thinking about work until now. Right. These days you can't be picky on a job. She got kids to feed. That's my thoughts, Lisa. Now how now if her social media was the money was coming in, like she was making enough money where like I could sustain myself, that would be one thing. Like I'm making enough money where I could sustain myself, but I want to do something different. The social media checks was buying you time so you can go to school or get into a field you wanted. That would be one thing. But when you in a bind, you know what I say? When you in a bind, you don't want to have to call Nate. At least I ain't never been that kind of girly route. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you better go figure it out. But like nobody trying to be calling up like Nate, like, hey, I'm in a bind. Oh, you got to do what you got to do, and there's definitely opportunity out there. Sometimes it takes a little while. Getting jobs can be very hard. Sometimes is not easy peasy, but Tati out there getting jobs, like I see it. And May herself has said that it's jobs out there, that there is opportunity. Um, her wanting to go back to college to do security. May said it's security out there, and we know that because we've seen Brandy do security. I think we've seen Tati do security. So if you want to do security, that's the thing out there too. Like if that's your background, right? Now, how does she think she's going to make it in this economy without getting a job? If she said that, it's crazy. I feel like she should have been had a car. If anything, she's got kids. Like if she has a driver's license, that would have been probably one of the first things that I worked on while they were all living together. I know living in that big house though, depending on what their agreement was and what she was making, she might not have had the funds to save. I'm assuming that going into this smaller house that they went into, the out of pocket was a lot more affordable. I'm hoping. However, I don't know what her social media checks were like. Because even though the other house became more affordable, if she wasn't making no coins on social media, it don't matter. Because I know that I've looked inside her TikTok a few times And I know at one point I feel like she was doing her thing on TikTok, but I don't know if her coming back to Texas and linking up with May destroyed her foundation or what. I don't know. But I know that I peeked into her TikTok. She would be on live with Niecy or battling or whatever, and it'd be little to nobody like in her live. And if Niecy would be whooping her ass or whoever like was doing the TikTok with her, she wouldn't be the one getting at a bag. So she likely wasn't making like Bitcoin on TikTok either. But I said this would be the outside looking in. I have no idea. But just if I based it on what I could see, she wasn't really making no real money on social media. Like she probably just was getting by, it looked like. Um People were giving her job suggestions on that live and she had excuses for everyone. See, she could do cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan. You mean cosmetology? What's cosmopolitan? Yep, because you can make full-time money doing deliveries. Right. I got my charger also. Hey, Mel. Hey, 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 hey. Let me see. I got my CNA at 16 because I knew I wanted job security long before I was a mom. Okay, Angie. Oh, she can go to cosmetology school. Yeah, but that take a while to do. She don't got cosmetology school time right now. And I don't know if she know how to braid. If she know how to braid, she could offer some do some hair, but I don't know if she can do hair. I don't know if I know she know how to put on a wig. She better offer how to lay a wig. Y'all hit the thumbs up for my girl, Angie. I was 17. Lots of opportunities to learn on the job for several trades these days. She needs to be a better role model for her girls. In my opinion, she's too comfortable with not having anything. Yes, that's the sad part. Untamed, it'll become a cycle. Okay, so the second part I want to get into, let me replay it, y'all.
And
Hold on.
when I moved back, it was under the pretense of people were gonna work, where I was gonna network and all of this. But since I've been here and I done said a lot of times that y'all know, like nobody, and I don't know if it's who I'm around, why people don't want to network, or it's just people be talking and they don't want to network.
I heard her say one day that she has to make at least $100 a day on TikTok or she ain't going live. Well, uh, if I had to base it off what I've seen, I ain't seen that. But I don't watch her. I don't watch her through and through. So maybe she was staying live enough to make that kind of money. But I know TT take like 70% of what the gifts are worth that people throw you. So it take a lot to make $100 in a live. It take a lot, especially when you don't have a big crowd of people just throwing you. So I don't know. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Mel. Appreciate that. So based on what I seen, I ain't see that happening. But like I said, I don't watch her through and through, so I don't know. But if I base it off what I saw, it wasn't giving $100 a day at all. Now, she mentioned that when she decided to move back to Texas, she was under the pretense that she would be able to network with individuals to create content. But since she's gotten back to Texas, she said that hasn't happened. It hasn't happened. And she was like, I don't know if it's because of because of the people I'm around, the person I'm around, or what. And when she said that, I'm like, damn, because it's been an ongoing thing that for whatever, not for whatever reason, but when you surround yourself that if you sit with May, a lot of times people shut you out. They just don't want to work with you. You lose opportunities, and stuff like that, simply for being a friend to her, for being close to her, for claiming to be her, for being a sister to her. Things that may have come things that may have been a benefit for you, you lose out on the opportunity because people don't want to deal with you because she ain't say it, but I know she meant May when she said it. Everybody could, seen that elephant in the room. And when she said opportunities to network, I start thinking about who she could be referring to. Let's continue.
No, I don't have family in Atlanta. I was gonna um move in with my ex. My ex, we was gonna get a place together. But is it Ace? So
Hold on. She forgot what she was saying.
working. I haven't been here working the whole year I've been here. I haven't worked with nobody. All the people, and I'm not gonna keep saying their names because I just feel like if you want to work, you'll work. All the people that said they're gonna work for me, from family, and this is how honestly how I feel. from family, because at the end of the day, when I say something, I'm gonna do it. When I say, "Oh, I'm gonna work with you," I'm gonna make a way to work with you. When I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do something. So I'm, but I don't want to get caught up in somebody helping, because essentially the only way to grow on social media is by networking, because you get new people here, new people there. When I talk about this, I'm not talking about me, because once again, it seems like anytime I say something, people always want to equate it to me. May following, no disrespect, I don't want them.
Right.
A whole bunch of haters, they always taking her package. I don't want those followers. I don't. Like, her supporters, cool. Some of her supporters come over here, but as far as the hate train that she got,
It'd be too much.
nowhere. I personally don't want it. I don't want to be online yelling and cussing back and forth all day. I don't. I personally.
So apparently she has named these individuals, and she clarifies she's not talking about May. If anybody say they're gonna do something as far as content, May gonna step. May has always stepped, always supported her, and always, try to assist with doing things together that they could make money together on. They had videos together on TikTok, and stuff like that, where May is featured in them. She's featured in some of May's stuff. May talked about how she will get different stuff from the TT shop, and if she can't fit it, she'll give it to Kat, or she'll order stuff specifically that she thinks would be that would look nice on Kat or whatever, and she would order it for Kat, and that they wear pretty much like almost the same size. And I know May didn't mean no shade by when she said this, but I bust out laughing when she was like, we pretty much the same size. She said outside of our shape, she like my butt is big, but her gut is bigger, but it's kind of like the same. And I bust out laughing. And I know it coming out her mouth. Some people probably was like, oh, she throwing shade. But no, I knew what she meant. It wasn't intended for shade. It was just like the truth. You know what I mean? So she said that she mentioned that she said family. And I know I started to try to figure out who she talking about. She said she's named them before. And this is just me assuming. I could be wrong. Disclaimer. She did not name any names. She did not name any names in this live. But if I am going to assume, and I'm trying to figure out who she's talking about, and she says family, when I think of content creators, people that came to mind, or the very first person that came to mind, was Teron. Because I know Teron was in Houston at one point. I think he's back in Texas from my understanding. I think he's back in Texas from my understanding. And Teron doing his muck thing. Y'all been on his YouTube? Teron is eating it up and living life, okay? On his he's eating it up on YouTube. Him and his cousin, I can't think of her name. They eating it up on YouTube. And when she said family, because I know she called him her brother, and they were really close at one point before she decided to be friends with May again. And I'm thinking maybe she thought her and Tamron was going to do some content together, because I know at some point she was doing like skits, her openings and stuff like that. If you look at her YouTube, yeah, Binky. I'm thinking she's talking about. I thought about Teron, then I thought about what's her name? Big Jazz. I thought about Jazz, but I don't know what their relationship is like. I don't know what Jazz and her relationship is like. I think they're cool, but I can't remember verbatim like how cool they are, because I know Big Jazz is out there and her numbers are, and she's mentioned people with bigger numbers than her. I don't know if she said that yet, but if not, she's going to say it soon. So I automatically thought Teron. I thought about Big Jazz possibly. Um, I thought about Big Jazz possibly. That was pretty much the main one was Teron, and then I kind of hindsight considered Big Jazz. I really don't know nobody else who she could have been referring to, as far as being out that way and people with bigger numbers than her. Now, I don't know who she knows outside of like the May circle and stuff like that, but it is probably, and some people won't be honest. They just won't be honest. But honestly, that's 9 times out of 10 what happened. You came out there, you rekindle things with May, you live with May, y'all are associated. And if people have positive things going on, if people have brand deals and image means something, then they probably not going to work with you, because they don't want to cross that over and mess up what they have going on. It's just unfortunate that May has the hate train that she has, and she has the certain things going on in her life. She has the accusations and the jacket that people have put on her. Um, the jacket that her ex-husband kind of zipped up for everybody when he made, the claims confirming some of the stuff that has been said. And people, when you want to do certain things, you can't be associated to certain things, or it will dim your light. And that's just facts. And some people have chosen, listen, I can't do it. And that's probably what happened. She's definitely on the right path. They probably won't come right out and say it. I don't know why they won't. Like, listen, I want to work with you, but unfortunately, it's business. It's business. I want to work with you and you cool, but unfortunately, because of who you are connected with, it messes up. It could possibly mess up what I have going on, and I can't risk that. I can't risk that. Um, so when she said it, I was like, damn, like that's messed up. But she knew what she signed up for when she decided to come back to Texas. Like she knew what it was going to. Anybody who sits with May, who decides to be May's friend, you know what it comes with. Like, and if you don't, you should. And if you don't, you should. I don't. You ain't paying attention, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what comes with it. Let me read some. Because of like she said, she got more haters than supporters. I forgot about Binky. Is that right?
But when it comes to any ideas or any type of
Yeah, she's still out here
videos or
thriving
anything
on
like
you.
that, she's always down. She's always open. We always doing something like me and
Right. See,
when
did y'all hear what she said? I'm gonna rewind it so y'all can hear what she said about May.
it cussing back and forth all day. I don't what I personally, but when it comes to any ideas or any type of videos or anything like that, she's always down. She's always open. We always doing something like me and May.
See what I'm saying? Somebody, I'm live somewhere else, right? And somebody in the comments said it will never go away. The attachment for certain stuff will always be there. Somebody said they not even a part of the crew. Like they not even people who are in the mix that any of y'all would know. And somebody on this other live was like, dang, I forgot. I ain't know maybe still was around. And she said, I remember when she was kissing her daughter, her kid's girlfriend. Stuff like that is never gonna go away. Like, never gonna go away. It's gonna forever trail with you.
No, when it comes to beauty, and that's what I
Nope, never.
that's where I'm having a hard time with meeting people to network. Like I don't know. They're like I don't know. Like feel like people that I know that have bigger numbers than me, they always have the excuse. Oh, well, I'm gonna be out of town. Oh, oh yeah. And then they come up to the day, and then oh, well, I'm busy. Oh, this free schedule. So I just feel like I'm not gonna beg nobody to work with me. So I feel like I'm it's time for me to give social media a break. Just let it be where it is. Where
Now she worse than Ash and Stephanie.
social media being my only income. My only income right now is social media, which is
You talking about Ash Trevino and who's Stefan? Who that? Oh, they said she shouldn't have a platform. Oh my gosh. But she know exactly what it is, but don't want to accept that reality. It sound like if she want to do makeup, I, honestly, I mean, sometimes we loyal to the soil, and we hinder ourselves, right? If you acknowledge what it is, then you have to make a pathway for yourself. You can love your sister. Y'all can still be sisters. Y'all can still vibe, but sometimes you got to get in your own lane. Now, I don't know what she has going on. I mean, I think for the most part, Kat kind of go out on her own thing. I don't think like her and May is joined at the hips, but you have to start moving and shaking and like not disconnecting yourself from May, but online. That's with the perception. Unfortunately, if you want to grow while you were out there, you would have had to create a space like I would have told social media I was coming back to come help me. You gotta be freaking honest and being honest on both sides, even May. Like I'm your homie, I'm your sister. I love you to death, and I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna rock with you. Everything social media don't have to know. Social media don't have to know everything. And that's where they be messing up. She could have still came to Texas, relocated to help her sister out, and nobody ever had to know she came back to be with May. Nobody ever had to know that she came back to to help May. She could have came back to social media because it's not like she do content that requires her to show everything and everybody. She could have came back, set up herself against the wall. She could have said, "I'm moving into my own place, y'all." This, that. Oh, she could have said nothing and just popped up in a new space. And when people asked her, "Oh, I moved in," she could have said she moved in with her mama, her grandmama, that she finally found her own space, enough space for her and her girls. And nobody ever had to know where she went. And if she'd have did it that way, she probably would have been able to network with people in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Because the public perception would be my background is clean. I'm not connected to so and so. I'm not this, and so and so. So those other connections could have came along. But some people don't want to do that because they like, I'm not fronting on my sis. My people's like, they either gonna accept me or they not. Well, they not. And when you working in social media, when you doing social media, the people is how you get paid. So you have to move according to, well, how the people going to pay you. And so if something is going to be bad for for your image publicly, then you have to exit out. Listen, I rock with you and I'm here. I'm going to put in like I said, but I don't want us on video together on social media. Don't tell nobody that I live here with you. Shit, when it was Jaden was able to be kind of kept a secret about her living inside that, apartment and stuff that he moved out there. Well, they could have kept it that way. Nobody has to know a thing. Once you accept like this is what the social media world is like for me, you gotta start moving different. People continue to move in a way like, yeah, you grown, you gonna do what you want to do, but you either gonna get with the program and understand that way don't work for you, and you gonna start moving in a way that it will be conducive for you. So for May, the drama may work, and honestly, I don't think it does. I think I think at this point in May's career, if I'm being honest, I feel like she has to feed into the drama because that's where her numbers are coming from now. Now, like on YouTube, on FB, she'll put out a video and her videos on FB do numbers. But from my understanding, FB not cutting her no check. She one of those people that they check was frozen and they've been fighting with FB to try to get paid out for months. I think for her it's been over a year. Um, and people take the opportunity to chew her up in the comments. But I think that she has fed into the drama for so long and trying to defend herself, defend her name, clear stuff up, address stuff, that it has put her in a place where drama is all you have if you want the numbers to be paid. And if you try to, when she tried to be different, her numbers get super duper low. I don't think they will stay low. I think May still could revert back to what her content used to be, which was her doing her hair, her showing her sister is going, rest her soul. And that was a big part of her life. And the whole poly thing with her ex is no longer a thing. But you can reintroduce those things in a different way and ignore the BS. Now your number's going to drop initially. They are eventually going to drop. But if she stay consistent long enough, I'm gonna say 3 to 6 months maybe, if she stay consistent with her content and ignore the drama, stop feeding into it, those people are going to go away because they're not getting what they want. They'll go sit in other places where they welcome the drama because you can't help that. People going to do what they want. And I'm saying they're going to go sit with Connie and they're going to go sit with Scream 3 where they dragging and talking about her at, replaying old clips or playing videos and talking about her, but they're going to stop coming to her because she's going to stop feeding them what they want, and then her audience will grow. But I don't think she has the patience. She don't have the, exactly, Tori, she don't have the patience to give her platform the opportunity to fall and then build back up. She don't have the patience to like let it fall and build back up. But I think that she could go back to her content and leave the drama and start doing her own thing. But she has to give herself that window of opportunity to do it. And now maybe with her moving and downgrading and being in a place where her wife could hold down the bills and stuff, where she won't have to worry about that overhead, maybe she will. Maybe she will. Maybe she will. Now that she kind of has some type of security, if she will allow the security to be there for her, maybe she will. I don't know. I guess, we're going to have to stay tuned and see, because I definitely think she has the opportunity to rebrand herself and figure out what niche she want to be in, because Maybach is a household name on social media. I don't care what people say, how many people don't like her, how many people want to hate her. Maybay is a household name on social media, and a lot of people know her. So if she rebrand herself and stay true to it and don't let herself be pulled back in by the BS, and understand that other people with platforms like bloggers and stuff like that are going, she is a household name. Like, and that people that cover her that don't like her or decide to cover her and not see any good from her, they gonna do what they gonna do. You can't control that. You can't focus on that. You gotta focus on what you want to do and do that. But she got to give herself the opportunity to do so. But I definitely think she could rebrand and rebuild, but she got to get away from the drama. And she like stuck in the drama. It got her in a chokehold. And people that want to come to see you, they don't want to keep seeing that you arguing about the same stuff over and over. You fighting people about the same stuff over and over. You trying to prove yourself about stuff over and over. Those things happen. You made some poor decisions in your past. You have some things in your past that people think you're gross about. Like the girl just mentioned, she was like the girl just mentioned, like, we'll never forget when she kissed her daughter's girlfriend. Those things you can't change. It happened. Stop addressing it. You got to stop addressing it. That's, see what I'm saying? Somebody just said people lost it when she slept with her daughter's girlfriend. You got to stop addressing it. You did what you did. You messed up big time when you did that. Now you got to move forward. Stop letting people pull you back into that same conversation. There are people who have their mind made up and will never fool with you again. But you know how many people are on the internet? You know how many people are on the internet that won't care about that? And that you can, new people you can meet, newcomers you can meet and rebuild? I've seen people do a lot worse than kiss their daughter's girlfriend. We have convicted. We legit have convicted. Not people making assumptions, not people saying he say, she say. We have people who are convicted rapists on here. When you read their paperwork, it say they was almost 30 years old and essayed someone who was 12 and 13. Detailed. And this person or persons be having hundreds, sometimes over 1,000 people in their lives. Grown women, women with kids, throwing coin, cash apps, left and right, left and right. So if you can have people like that on social media and get in the bag still, when you have proof they've been behind bars for, she can stop paying attention to have kissing her girlfriend and build a platform. But she has to be willing to leave it alone and move forward. Um, but yeah, so let's continue.
Your Facebook. Those are my two sources of income. Social media. It, for me, it has to make sense. Something that I'm moving on and it not being nothing bad. Pushing on YouTube. I haven't been pushing on YouTube long. It is showing something. I can only go live in this particular area because she doesn't want her house filmed, which is okay. Her privacy and at the time to do anything when somebody wants to doctor access, when somebody wants to figure out any and every little thing. So it's just like it's an extra amount of pressure put on because it's like if I my own I want to do, I never dealt with I'm not around, I never dealt with doxing, I never dealt with CPS calling, I never dealt with none of that. So
Damn. And that's true. That all come along with the territory. Doxing, CPS, threats, all that come with the territory. So now when she said that she restricted, I'm like, well, what's the problem? You only do your makeup. You don't need a lot of space to do your makeup. You could do your makeup from right where you at. But she used to cook too. She used to cook. And I'm like, you gotta get creative then. You gotta get creative then. You allowed to be where you at right now? Go get you a what's those things called, y'all? They be like the electric things. Is an induction. What is it called? Where it be like the one eye and they be cooking food on there. Y'all know what I'm talking about? A lot of people that cook on social media be having it. Instead of them using their stoves, they be having that thing where they sit the pot on. I can't think of what it's called. Since you could be right there where that wall is at, and you got a desk in front of you, I believe she has a vanity. Baby, clear a space off where you facing the wall. Go get you one of those things. Yeah, whether hate, love, millions, who she is. Right. I forget what it's called, but set you up a table in front of that same wall and cook food in your room or wherever you at doing your lives. They don't have to see nothing else. You gotta get creative with what you got. You still could do the exact same things from the space where you are. You just gotta get creative. You gotta get creative. Go do your content. Go out to places and go do content. I can't think of what it's called, but you gotta get creative in your situation.
It's like I think it's a great thing for me to move away, but I just don't know if I want to stay in because I feel like the only thing that would be keeping me in Texas would be me and Tati. Because nothing else would be keeping me in Texas because I don't have no friends out here.
Go make some.
Like I said, there's no networking, no working out here. So just be like, I don't know, it's really trying to figure out like, should I just go back in Cali? I know I can get a job in 2.5 seconds. I know I can my twin has
Go network, girl. Go make some friends. Go figure out what's going on in Texas where you can network, where you can move around. Go find out where the content creators at. It's always content creators outside of her circle, what they are familiar with that I see people doing stuff. You just gotta go find them. You gotta get out of your comfort zone from people that you know. Stop relying on family. Most times when you have a business, when you're trying to grow, when you're trying to be successful, for most of us, it's not family that help you get there. It be the strangers. So you have to branch out. Go find people who do what you do, who are in your area, and just introduce yourself as Cat. Separate yourself from May. It just is what it is. Separate yourself from May and have your business separate from your house. Go meet them. Go do whatever content and videos and stuff y'all going to make and move along. And don't and just do that. Smaller people, larger people. I mean, maybe go hook up with um a hair salon or somebody that's up and coming that's doing hair. Oh, we could kind of help each other. I'm building a page, you building a page, you trying to get your hair out there. If you do my hair, I'll do my makeup and I'll do some like in exchange. In exchange, like I promote your hairstyles, this, that, and the third, or you let me do your makeup, you do my like you gotta find, and I don't know if she's attempted to do any of these things, but sometimes we be in our own way because it's not what's comfortable. Sometimes you have to do what's uncomfortable to move forward. And a lot of times we don't want to do it. Why? Because it's uncomfortable. But you have to. You gotta get in the field. You gotta get in the field sometimes, to make it happen.
opened her house and my mom has opened her house. So I know I have a place for me and my kids. I know that I know the um programs that they have out there. So I will have help to get to where I need to get my place and all of that. Go work and forget social media. Or should I continue to push and just like just hope and pray that something comes up out here? I don't know because I don't know the area.
Learn it.
So it's not like I can be like in Cali could be word to mouth like, oh, this place is hiring, oh, this place is hiring. And I am putting applications and I am doing things to try not to move, but it's just like
Get out your own way.
per se live with twin, but I really don't want to live with twin. I don't want to live with my mom either. Like I would rather just get my own and not live with nobody.
You could do it.
And I know that here is cheap when it comes to places. In California, get a place they want 3 times the rent. Like it's a lot. And low income and Section 8 is here. California. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like good and bad when it comes to California. When it comes to the living situation, it's really high. For years, like you really can make it in California if you're on low income or if you're on like housing or you're on Section 8. I feel like
You see her train of thought? There's a lot of people in California that's making it that don't have any of those things. It's just about you. A lot of times you do need the help, but it's not impossible. It's just that the limitations you have set for yourself. Of course housing and stuff like that makes it easier for you, but and not everybody has the same opportunity. I know a lot of people like to say that, but everybody wasn't able to go to college. Everybody doesn't have the same education. Everybody didn't have the ability to further their education. Everybody don't have the set of skills or the trade skills or things like that to do certain things, but you can't let it completely hinder you. You got to figure out a way. And housing, it's years and years, I feel like everywhere. I mean, you can apply in some places and depending on what circumstances and stuff like that, you might be able to be pushed forward. But shoot, we don't even know what that's going to look like in the future because this president that's in office, he trying to get rid of all that stuff. He don't care if you got one leg and a sickly baby, 80 years old, just getting by. He don't care. Disability, incapability, no education. He don't care. He said, you better go get it. You got 24 hours like me. But I think Kat can do it if she gets out of her own way. And again, this is assuming because I don't know her, but just based off what I hear her saying, it sounds like she's in her own way. She's gotten comfortable. And you don't have to stop social media because you get a job. Incorporate that into your job. Do get readies with me. You do makeup. You could get up in the morning and show people you getting prepared for the day. What outfits you picking out to go to work in? If you able to pick an outfit. If you wear uniforms, how you complimenting your uniform? Like what tumbler you got today? What shoes you putting on with it? What accessories you pairing with it? What eyeshadow you putting on? How you doing your hair, your makeup? You getting ready? Go through your day. What you having for lunch? What you meal prep for the week? What you making for dinner? You don't have to quit social media and let them couple of coins go. You just have to learn how to incorporate it into your life. Because don't leave no money on the table if you can. And you already have it going. Her YouTube, she got, I think, almost, I don't know if she has it. She got over 4,000 followers on YouTube already. And she just started pushing her YouTube. And her shorts are doing really well for her to have just started. Like they all hitting over a thousand or more. Like her shorts are doing really well. Shorts are doing really well. So I think if she keeps pushing, she keeps growing, keeps doing what she want to do, holding steady on what she wants to promote, I think she'll get where she wants to go. But sometimes you gotta let yourself be a little bit uncomfortable to get where you want to get. And I think she's gotten accustomed to that security blanket. This might be time for you to pull that security blanket from underneath you. And something I want to go back to is May said that when they were looking for the new house, the house that they're in now, she said originally she was looking for a house big enough for all of them. May said she was looking for a house big enough for all of them to go in because she was under the impression that they all were moving together. She said, but then everybody, including Kat, was saying, I don't want to live together. I want to go into my own place. I want to go into my own place. Whitney caught wind of that. People want to go into their own place. And everybody know Whitney been wanting their own space. Whitney ain't been wanting to share for a long time. She been wanting it to be just her and May. And she has said, if we go get something for just us, she was like a little apartment or whatever like that. I could take care of the bills. They was like, I ain't going to no little. But this has been what Whitney has wanted. And May confirmed once Whitney caught wind that people was talking about they wanted to go into her own house, she was like, look for something for just us. and that's it. So when Kat said she was moving with her girlfriend and she was gonna be out by May, what's the time frame? And I think she said May. That's the time frame. When it fell through with the girlfriend, it sound like Whitney and May was like, nope, we moved into a space. It's small. It's just enough space for me and Whitney now. I didn't look for a space to be sharing. So nope, nope. We agreed on this time date. So we sticking to it. We sticking to it. But she did a live a little while ago when I had covered it, when she talked about breaking up with her girlfriend and she didn't know where she was going to go. She joked about being homeless and she was like, no, I'm not homeless. I'm going to go stay with May. You know, this and the third. But I think she really is stressed. I think she really is nervous about where her next move is going to be. And even if she don't stay in Texas, then you got to think about what is it going to cost to move back to Texas. You got to get tickets for you and your girls, and then take your stuff. I guess you would be getting rid of most of your stuff, not unless you're gonna find a way to mail it. Um, but why go backwards? Try to make it work out here. And I know they say wherever Niecy lives is not the best. Like some people don't like how Niecy has complained about it, but she making it work. So maybe go where Niecy is at and give yourself a year. If it's affordable rent there and stuff like that, give yourself a year. Go get you a job. Go work at Walmart or go back to school and get your CNA license. Stack up your bread for a year and then go do something else. Go do something else. But to wrap this up, from what I see it, I think that May had nothing to do with the decision that they all I don't think May put her out. That's what people think. People think that May no longer is offering her assistance or help. I don't think that's what the case is. I think that Kat stuck her foot in her mouth is what I think happened. And because when I heard she was moving in with the girlfriend again, I'm like, why she keep doing the same thing over and over? Like, why you keep leaving your stability, your independence in the hands of someone else? The first girlfriend didn't work out. Then you gonna move in, you gotta move in. You and from my understanding, her and the girl had just started talking. I don't know how long they knew each other, but they had just started like dealing with each other from my understanding. I could be wrong, but I kind of remember the relationship being new. So he was going to move in with that girl. That didn't work out. You didn't even get a chance to step on Atlanta soil. And now you're back at square one. Stop putting your independence in the hands of somebody else. Stop putting your stability in the hands of someone else. Go get your own ish. Go do your own thing. Find you a place. I know that you will. I wouldn't care if you went and got yourself a one bedroom. It was a girl named Kiki Jones. She had to start over. Her girls are smaller, but she went and got her a one bedroom apartment. She gave the room to the girls, and she said they shared a room. She was like, and if need be, I come out into the living room. Go get you a space you can afford. You know you're gonna be able to pull it. That won't stress you out, and make it happen. Give yourself a year. See what you do. I think Kat could do it. It's gonna be scary in the beginning. I think it's gonna be different for her because from what we know of, I don't know when the last time she had like a real like a I'm not gonna say real job because I count social media as a job. There are people whose whole livelihood comes from social media. I mean, they living in mansions, they driving crazy cars, and all they do is social media. So people that keep counting social media out as a real business or a job is crazy because I don't. So I think that she has a platform, she has a following. She just has to figure out how to get it to engage. You know what I'm saying? And I think she could do it. I think it's going to be scary at first and it's going to be new, but once she gets a schedule together and get going, I think she would do very well.
But I feel like living out here, it's cheaper and there's like more to do. There's different towns, you know. IMOU. What is the IMOU? I don't know what IMOU. I don't know what IMOU is. I will go where my kids have lots of educational system in California. So in my opinion, okay, Tracy. Okay, come on. Yeah, the
Then she said she loved the school system. She talked about how this how the schools were so much better for her kids. It sounds like everything is right where you are. You just have to figure out a way to make it work. Make
It's just,
it work.
and it's because the areas we in are not good areas.
Mhm.
So it's just like, we're gonna give your kid the bare minimum. That's another reason why I moved out here, because the educational system out here is amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I always factor in, but I love their love in both situations. May and Tati love the girls very much. And it's not like I have family in California either. Like immediate family, like blood family. You know what I'm saying?
But that was pretty much the bulk of the part that I wanted us to listen to. Her live was like an hour and some change. I think we listened to maybe 12 minutes of her live and kind of gave commentary on that. If y'all want to hear the rest of her live, I don't know what the rest of her live was about because I fell asleep on it last night. But I just wanted to go in and go see because people was trying to make it seem like May was kicking her out and doing her dirty because she came out there to help her with the house and now she like giving her the boot. No, it sounds like Kat stuck her foot in her mouth, said that she was ready to go. Her original plans fell through, but she still has to follow through with the deadline. And May is not a long time. No, it's not tomorrow. But when you talk about trying to put your life in a position to go be out on your own, that's not a lot of time. But unfortunately, because she was playing, I always tell, even my younger sisters, well, all my sisters are adults now in their own place doing their own thing, regardless of what another person say they gonna do, when you are making your plans, I always tell them move like it's just you. So when she was making these plans to move with her girlfriend, she should have been moving like she wasn't. Whether it was her savings, okay, this is I don't know how long ago they made this plan. I think it was at least back in October. When we found out about it in October. Now, I don't know how long before that they were looking for a place or talking about moving. This could have happened in September, August, September that they talked about relocating or whatever. But October, let's say November, December, January, February, March, April, May. If it was October, she would have had about 7 months. And she should have been I'd have been taking whatever I could get as far as the job, stacking my coins, getting my money up, saying I'm moving with me, just me and my girls. So when the situation fell out with the girlfriend, she would have still had her money stacked. She would have still had her plan. But instead of her looking for the place to move with her girl in Atlanta, she'd have switched to looking for places in Texas. And honestly, she should have been looking in Texas too, kind of mapping out what areas would I want to go to, what is the rent like in these areas, how can I stay close if I want to go keep the girls in the school that they're in, where can I move to that would keep us close, where they could get to school, whether it's a bus, them offering a bus to pick her up. Um this, that, and the third. I'd have worked on getting me a little ride, a little whoop de woo, something that's gonna get you from A to B. You know what I'm saying? You can go get you get you something that can get you from A to B that you can afford some liability on for right now. It ain't gotta be nice. I know that you living with somebody who was doing a thing, she got diamonds and gold and she driving in the latest. No. Go get you something that gets you from A to B that you could buy with a couple $100, maybe a stack 1,200 cash. I don't even know if cars come at that rate no more these days, but like, and you could pay liability on. That's gonna be safe to get you and your girls back into until you could do better. It's okay to just have what you need until you could do better. Um, but I hope nothing well, Kat don't like me. She already said it. I don't know for whatever her reasons is, but hopefully what I said in this video was not offensive to her and she didn't take it as being offensive. It was simply me breaking down what she said versus allowing people to turn it into something that it was not. No, it had nothing to do with May herself. May did not put her out. May did not make the decision for her. Kat made the decision for herself, and now she is just trying to figure out life and how she's going to maneuver. Will she go back to California? If I had to bet based on what she has shown us in the past, I would say she's going to end up taking the easier route and go back to California where she could fall back on people. I'm hoping she proved me wrong though. I'm hoping she proved me wrong. Not that she has to prove anything to me, but I'm hoping she proves us wrong and sticks it out in Texas. Go use the people that you know. Tati got a job. Go get a shift at Tati's job. Where Brandy work at? Go work where Brandy at work at. Like, or ask her about the places she was working at that was, you know, accessible for you. And then I know transportation is a thing. And if that don't work out, go rent you a car. And I think even if she couldn't rent a car, I think her and May, and I could be wrong. I think if she could, and I think May would do a rental for her if she could pay for it. Go get you a little rental on Turo or something like that, a super cheap rental, a little small car. It don't gotta be nothing big. Um, and go do DoorDash, Uber Eats, all of the things. Go do all of the things that you can do and make your own schedule. You know what I'm saying? And if you gotta do more than one thing, if you gotta go get a job and do that on the side, go do it. Stack you up some money until you get to where you want to go. That's it. That's all. Now, would anybody like to come up and share their um opinion? You can have, everybody's entitled to have their own opinion. I don't tell anybody to feel or see things the way that I see them. Um, we can agree to disagree over here. Um, I always forget how to make it a panel. I always forget how to make it a panel. I always forget how to make it a panel. There we go. There we go. I grew up at the party. I'm gonna see if anybody want to come up and give their 2 cents on what we just discussed. If not, I'm gonna end the live because that was pretty much all she wrote. This wasn't so bad. I was so tired when I started. I didn't think I was gonna make it through, but I made it through. I made it through. No, no takers. No takers. No. Where's everybody at? I don't see no comments or nothing. I don't see no comments or nothing. I got you through your hair. I said what I had to say in these comments. Boo. Well, that's boring. That's boring. Hey, Untamed Lioness. Well, that's boring. What's up, pretty fat? I feel like I'm right, but you not. It says almost 40 people here. It says almost 40 people there. But you're the only one commenting. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get up on out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.